law on the piece for hard stuff. Beer, I don't know what it is. If it's 18 for beer, it's so long I can't recall. This kid was breaking the law how many which ways? And then the ultimate violation of the law, to shoot somebody dead. And then to have somebody actually say, hey, wait, didn't mean it. Didn't know what he was doing. He's on drugs. Let's cut him some slack. Does this not sound suspiciously similar to the Menendez case? Not quite as outrageous, but still worthy of a lot of anger, is it not? And I would submit to you that whatever is in this crime bill that's pending in Congress right now does not address weird criminal law such as this. This is out of today's Kansas City Star. Thanks to, I think, Richard Walsh, if I'm faxed is hard to read, Richard Walsh, Independence, home of Harry Truman, sent this one in. And I'll bet you there are examples like this all over the country. And this is one of the reasons, one of the many reasons, why the American people are becoming more and more discouraged and in total lack of confidence with the criminal judicial system, which is falling apart around their feet. Back after this.
Hi, my name is Kayleen. I'm 5 years old. Last summer, my mom gave me Hooked on Phonics, and I learned to read. It was fun. When I started kindergarten, I was the best reader in my class. This summer, you should try Hooked on Phonics. Maybe you can learn to read like me.
Call 1-800-ABCDEFG.
This is WGBR News, Goldsboro's very own.
This is Wayne Alley. Wayne Memorial Hospital directors adopted a $68.7 million expense budget and approved rate increases averaging 3.9%. That's the lowest rate increase since the fall of 1986. Private room rates will rise about 5% or $17 effective October 2nd. These rate adjustments are to cover the increased expense of operating the hospital and to cover the cost of rising uncollectibles and losses in government insurance programs. The Wayne County Planning Board got an overview of the 8 alternate corridors under consideration for location of a new 70 bypass around Goldsboro, but decided not to endorse any particular corridor. The board finally approved a motion not to send the State Department of Transportation a recommendation, but then said in the event the board comes up with a consensus before the August 22nd deadline for recommendations or endorsement, it will give that recommendation to Planner Connie Price before Price attends a steering committee meeting ahead of the deadline. That decision came after Planner Price concluded his review.
You can see that all of them have pluses and minuses. I believe the most positive one, though, that would have the least impact on people and land overall and have the most potential, I guess, for growth around Goldsboro would be alternate 8A.
Wayne County Planner Connie Price. The County Planning Board was asked by District Highway Engineer Stephen Sanderson last night to join cities in the district in asking developers to dedicate rights-of-way up front and free of charge to the Department of Transportation for widening or adding road lanes to end traffic congestion.
The trade-off is that obviously if somebody comes in and develops a piece of property that is going to cause road congestion in the future, what they are basically doing is putting their money up front and giving the additional land so that the state can have that to widen the road and improve the highway system for the area due to that congestion.
District Highway Engineer Stephen Sanderson. Efforts continue in Washington to get comprehensive crime legislation approved that will beef up law enforcement in cities across the nation by putting more police on the beat. Congressman Martin Lancaster said the Senate has improved the House crime bill for providing law enforcement officers in local communities, and he thinks the city of Goldsboro will be ready to participate when the Cops on the Beat program is approved. The congressman is pleased with what Goldsboro is already doing in law enforcement on its own initiative without any federal assistance. The Weather Center forecast is next. I'm Wayne Allen.
Look for more humidity as you head out this afternoon, and it will be hot too. Partly cloudy skies, our afternoon high temperature in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Tonight, fair skies, quite warm with a low in the upper 60s to low 70s. And then on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, hot and humid. We'll feel the humidity a little bit more tomorrow with a slight chance of an afternoon or evening thunderstorm. High temperature will be in the upper 80s to lower 90s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm Mike Mays in the Weather Center.
the right thing. This is the Rush Limbaugh program, your talk radio program with character. Here's Barry in Rockland, California. Hey, Barry, I'm glad you waited. Welcome to our broadcast.
Yes, Rush, thank you for accepting my call today. Very depressing dittos to you.
Depressing dittos?
Couple of points to make quick. I, like other callers, didn't like you when I first started listening to you in Sacramento County.
Well, you're going back to 1984.
Way back.
Way back, yeah, almost
5 years ago, come this November, is my 5th anniversary listening to you full time. I stopped, I listened. To your critics, do the same. You're very educational, and I appreciate you being on the air.
Well, you've had a change of heart, then, you mean?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, you didn't like me, and then now you all of a sudden. Well, what caused your change of heart?
I stopped and started listening.
You stopped?
I stopped being critical, and I started listening to what you had to say. And
novel approach.
I did not know what my political values were in my life. I didn't know if I was Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal, what. And you have educated me and got me involved in what is going on. And I appreciate it very much.
Well, thank you ever so much. That's awfully nice of you to say. I appreciate it.
Well, like I say, to your critics, do the same. I'm trying my best to hang in there. You've talked several times about the American dream, and that's what's got me depressed. Through the Reagan-Bush administration, I was able to enjoy the American dream. I worked hard. There was work. I worked for 2 contractors all that time. There was plenty of work. 10 days after Clinton took office, I lost my job. 6 months straight, I did not work. I have worked for 8 different people since he's been in the administration. And I'm not totally blaming Clinton, but during that time, I purchased a house, I purchased a vehicle. I have nothing now. I live day to day wondering if I'm going to be working tomorrow. This is Wednesday. I've worked 9 hours this week. I don't even know if I'm working tomorrow or Friday.
What kind of line of work do you do?
I'm in construction. It's beautiful, sunshiny, no rain, and I'm not working. Tell me the economy is booming. I have not seen it since January 20th, 2 years ago, or 1992. I have not seen it. Where is it?
Was it not even better temporarily when interest rates were really low? You work in commercial or residential construction? Or
I was an electrician for years, and it was both.
Al, you're right in not blaming Clinton totally for it.
No, I'm not.
Even during the boom years of the 80s, people in Louisiana were dying because the oil business went south. It's a fact of life of economics that it's a law of physics. When somebody does well, somebody might do bad. For example, if price of oil plummets, people in the oil business get hurt, but the consumer benefits crazily because gasoline prices go down.
I understand it because I went through this in the 70s during the gas wars. You and I are the same age. You were born first part of the year. I was born at the end of the year. I've been through the gas wars. I've been through hard economic times where things were bad in the East, things were good in the West.
But what do you resent about Clinton? Is it that he's out there saying how great things are?
Exactly. You read in a paper how great the economy is. I have lost everything I've worked for. I have nothing.
So what are you going to
tell me how great this economy is? Tell me that he's out to get us jobs. I don't expect the government to get us jobs by creating jobs. I expect the government to lower these taxes so a small businessman can afford to have a company, to afford to have people work for them.
Let me ask you this. The president's solution to people in your situation is federal unemployment centers. where you could go and have...
I don't want unemployment. I want to work. I need to work, but I want to work. I want to make my own way. I do not want the government subsidizing my employment.
Well, but Robert Reich says maybe all you need some retraining. So if you could go to the Clinton Unemployment Center, it's not built yet, that they want to build them, and you get your unemployment check, get counseling and retraining.
No. I don't want unemployment. I don't want the government giving me a free ride. I want to pay my own way. I want to pay my taxes. I want to work. I want to support my family. I want to work.
You thought about doing something besides construction?
I have done several things in my life. Construction work, law enforcement. I love construction work. I'm 42 years old. I was through the military, through Vietnam War. I got an honorable discharge. I'm a very proud person.
Well, I think we need employment care. For people like you, we need guaranteed employment. It could never be taken away. That would be the Clinton solution to this. And a government program to do it. And herein lies the difference. I'm not being facetious. Imagine he's talking about health care. What would your solution be? The government's got to do something. That's the debate going on in this country right now. Imagine that Barry here was telling us about his loss of insurance coverage. What would the answer be from this administration? Well, see, Barry'd probably be with Mrs. Clinton, wherever she's going. And she'd parade him out in front of people, say, see, this is why America is immoral. Except Barry wouldn't play. Barry'd say, no, I don't, stop this. I want a robust economy where I can find some work. Well, when I hear stories like this, Barry, I'm touched, because stories like this, I think, make everybody who listens to them want to do something. And you don't misunderstand. I know you're not wanting charity. I don't. I know. I am hesitant to use the word. What you're looking for is opportunity. One of the things, as you well know, I think, is that this is still a country where you can create your own job, create your own opportunity. If you know how to access the opportunities, and if you want to,
but if you don't have anything more to start, I mean, I am rock bottom. I even have to get money at a local store to buy a few groceries and then pay them on payday. Come on. Is this the American dream? Is this the American life?
Have you thought about moving in California?
Oh, yes. My fiance have talked. But see, I moved from back east out to here, 1981.
California still is in trouble.
Major trouble.
Major trouble. And with interest rates now going back up and mortgage rates resultingly going back up, we saw what's happened to housing starts lately. They're down 10% over their boom of earlier this year. Well, gee, I don't know what to do. I don't
know it either, and that's what I'm trying to. I'm at the end of my rope, so to speak.
Well, you're not Barry. You're only 42 here. You're not at the end of your rope. I know you're frustrated.
Oh, I'm very frustrated.
And I've been.
And I went through the Carter administration also. So the American public needs to wake up and see.
Barry, I'm going to say something. I don't want you to get mad at me, because I have total empathy. I've been out of work in my life 6 times. I've been broke twice, and I never hold myself up as an example of what people ought to do, nor am I going to do that now. But I would say to you that if it helps, I hope it does. We have become so preoccupied in this country with outside forces affecting us. So many people now feel impotent, imprisoned, or enthused and invigorated because of Bill Clinton being president. And I have always had a philosophy that my prosperity and my success are never ever going to depend on who the president is or on who wins an election, because you can't control it other than vote. And you can only deal with the cards that you are dealt, and you do the best with them that you can. I think you'll be fine. I think that you're getting angry here to the point If you can just channel the anger in the right direction, you'll be fine. I would just urge you not to get so frustrated that you throw your hands up in disgust and wait for something to happen. As bleak as it may seem and as hopeless as it may seem, if I were you, I would make my daily objective when you get up in the morning to go out and find something that somebody needs done that they'll pay you to do, whatever that is. I have no, but
I've done that, Russ. You know, I mean, I have even worked below wages, $4 and $5 below. I'm not above working at Burger King.
Well, then it's going to pay off.
What I'm saying?
You keep it. It will pay off. This is all going to pay off someday. This is all going to add up to something someday. Every bit of what you're doing, the sacrifices that you're making, the willingness to work at jobs that are entry-level jobs for teenagers, such as working at Burger, it's all going to pay off. Everything that happens to you in situations such as this ultimately leads to something. You cannot say that everything happens for the best. It doesn't always. But there is good in everything that happens. It's tough for you to realize that what's going on with you now is ultimately going to lead to the best, because you wouldn't write this script for yourself. But it will pay off. The kind of persistence that you are describing will pay off. And there are millions of people in this audience, if this will make you feel any better, who are listening to what you're saying, and they're saying, I've been there. Or they're saying, I am there. You're not alone in it, and you're, from the way you're talking about it, it sounds like you're doing exactly the right thing. Just don't be too self-limiting in decisions of where you live, where you're willing to move, the kind of work you're willing to do, and the kind of people that you're willing to place yourself in contact with. I wish it were possible to wave a magic wand, but it's not. As is the usual case, for something meaningful to happen to you, and you got this right, for something meaningful to happen to you, it's going to have to be something you start, that you do. You know full well that there's not going to be something arriving in the mail that says U.S. government on it that's going to be the solve or the answer, the solution to your problems. And I'm optimistic because of the things that have happened to me, and people have said, well, you know, Rush, you don't know America anymore. You don't know what it's really like here, and I think I do. And I think I know it better than most in many ways. So I wish you the best. I want to get a phone number here where we can stay.
And I'm very happy.
Well, good.
I have someone very special in my life that keeps me going. But I need a job. I need to work to take care of the things, you know.
Well, look, we got a big audience in Rockland, California, and I guarantee, and I've been there, and I guarantee you there are a lot of people in Rockland who are hearing about this. And you'll be fairly well known by the time this program's over today. And I have found in my life that there's always somebody who needs something done. And believe, Barry, let me tell you this. You don't know how many people there are who are out there who want somebody to do something right, who are willing to do a job right and do it competently and do it responsibly. I trust that you'll find something out of this. I want to get your phone number. Mr. Snerdley, get your phone number. We'll stay in touch with you periodically and check up on you. Thanks for the call. We'll be back right after this, folks. Don't go away.
You're listening to the EIB Network. Arthritis sufferers. Remember how good you felt before you had arthritis? Well, suppose you could relieve your minor arthritis pain so effectively, it almost feels like you turned back the clock. Wouldn't that be something? Well, there's a remarkable new product you should know about called Capsaicin P. Capsaicin P is an external medication that contains something that's just not in most rubs. The purified topical analgesic ingredient doctors recommend most for arthritis pain. That's how much they trust it. A gold seal on the box is our guarantee guarantee that Capsaicin P gives you this ingredient doctors trust so much. Odor-free Capsaicin P works like this. When you apply it as directed, it builds its power to relieve more and more until it reaches peak pain relief power. Then you're in for a wonderful experience. Relief so effective, why it can almost make you feel like you turned back the clock. So trust what doctors trust in Capsaicin P, modern medicine for arthritis pain. Ask your pharmacist, use only as directed.
Unbelievable. The good old boys in the legislature have done it again. 3 years ago, with a budget deficit, they passed the largest tax increase in state history. With this year's billion-dollar budget surplus, guess what the good old boys did with your money this time? They increased their own pensions by 50%. They stuffed more tax dollars in the old pork barrel. They even raised high-level political salaries by over 12%. Oh yes, and they wouldn't even consider cutting our taxes. Can you believe it? We need a leader to fight for us. We need Louis Pate in the legislature. Louis Pate will fight to cut our taxes. Louis Pate will fight against midnight budget deals. Louis Pate will fight for the taxpayers of Wayne and Lenoir counties.
I'm Louis Pate, a common sense conservative.
Paid for by Louis Pate for North Carolina House, Ruff Huggins, Treasurer.
How big is big? Eric Montross of UNC is big. The national debt is big. Monk's furniture selection is big. The biggest selection in the area. Selection is big. The bargains are big. The savings are the biggest when you shop the warehouse way. Save big with 40 to 50% off retail on quality furniture at Monk's. Big city selection, small town prices, and hometown service. Monk's Furniture, Highway 70 at LaGrange. Tags 158.fee extra. Nobody does it better than Leaf, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, Eagle, Leaf, Dodge, Isuzu, and nobody does it for less on this area's best variety of new, used, and program cars, trucks, and vans. Leaf has a 94 Chrysler LeBaron LE 4-door, yours with approved credit with no money down and only $259 per month with no payments till October. This LeBaron is loaded. V6, air, tilt, cruise, AM, FM, cassette, power windows, and more at Leaf, Highway 70 west of Goldsboro. Payments based on 8.5% APR. Tags 158.fee are extra.
You know, I'm just full of great ideas today. I just came up with another idea for Republicans. My first idea of the day was for the president to go on television and announce that he's canceling this health care debate going on because it's unproductive, it's out of control, and he's going to come back in January and do it right for the American people. You heard that. How about this? You know, one thing I'm growing sick and tired of. This is a country with the best health care in the world and the healthiest people in the world. We've got more cures, more diseases in this country than practically anywhere else. For every instance of Mrs. Clinton bringing up the latest parade of American sob stories, I think Bob Dole and Phil Gramm ought to counter with a press conference with a person who, without health insurance, has gotten everything they need and has been made healthy. Every time they make a public appearance, get a bunch of people that the American system has cured, cared for, treated, that did not have health insurance, but they were, because they are legion. They're in the millions out there, and they can be found. I just got a fax from Frank Luntz of the Luntz Research Companies. He's taken a poll on what the American people want vis-a-vis crime bill. Get this, only 1 in 5 Americans feel that the Congress should pass the crime bill now, while almost twice as many, 36%, would strongly prefer that Congress put the brakes on passing hasty legislation. Luntz was Perot's pollster. He's also worked with Pat Buchanan. He's an extremely competent guy. Here's his quote after looking at the research data from his poll. This is a great quote. Americans are far more concerned that convicted criminals remain behind bars than teenagers in inner cities learn to ballroom dance and slam dunk from the foul line by the pale moonlight. Said Luntz. 50% of voters said $100 million for dancing lessons and art programs was a complete waste of money. 48% of voters said $40 million for midnight basketball was a complete waste of money. Surprised it's so low on midnight basketball. 48% ought to be higher. Anyway, that's from Dr. Frank Luntz from the Luntz Research and Strategy Services, the public opinion company, Luntz Corporate and Luntz Worldwide. Frank's everywhere. Back after this.
You're listening to the EIB Network.
How many ways are there to defeat arthritis pain? Many, but only one is now available. New Satogesic Hot Gel Arthritis Formula. Satogesic Hot Gel Arthritis Formula's medication provides effective, long-lasting, and safe relief from arthritis pain. When applied to the skin as directed, Satogesic Hot Gel feels warm and tingling and oh so soothing. It goes to work immediately to relieve arthritis pain and pain in joints. Because there are no pills to swallow, Satogesic won't upset your stomach. Satogesic Hot Gel is neat and greaseless, and it will not stain clothing. Just rub it on and feel good again. Looking for arthritis pain or muscle pain relief? Look for new warm and tingling Satogesic Hot Gel Arthritis Formula, or pick up your traditional favorite, cool and soothing Satogesic medicated pads in the red, white, and blue boxes. Satogesic is available at your favorite drugstore.
$89.90? Okay, what kind of car do you think you can get for $89.90? A used Yugo? Right. Not a Courtesy Buick GMC in Goldsboro. At Courtesy, $89.90 buys you a brand new GMC truck. The hauling power and tough as nails quality of a GMC for just $89.90. Truck's not your style? Then how about a brand new Honda for just $94.90? Just $94.90 at Courtesy in Goldsboro for a Honda, the hot import you can count on. Ready to move up to luxury? Imagine yourself in the cushy interior of a Buick, sitting behind the wheel for just $13,480. Courtesy makes it happen, with great prices and no hassle buying on a great selection. No hassle buying means every new Buick, GMC, and Honda at Courtesy is marked right up front with its best bottom line lowest price, without any negotiating, dickering, or hassle for you. Courtesy Buick GMC in Goldsboro, the only no-hassle Buick dealer in North Carolina. Tax, tags, and $129 dock fee are extra.
Welcome to a true dining experience. Welcome to Tallarico's Italian Cuisine. Hey, this ain't no pizza place. Instead, you'll find true Italian cuisine. Choose Tallarico's great pastas and sauces, from the traditional to something a bit different like carbonara with bacon, onion, and Parmesan cheese, or select Tallarico's entrees like veal marsala or eggplant parmigiana. Dine at Tallarico's one time and you're hooked. Call for reservations 731-4040. Tallarico's Italian Cuisine, 100 North Center Street, Goldsboro.
Prince Tire, not only a great place for tires, but a super location for service for your car, truck, or van. Come to Prince Tire for oil changes, brake work, front end, and four-wheel alignment. Prince Tire even has those hard-to-find HEV tires, boat trailer tires, and even lawnmower tires. Right now, the Goodyear Tiempo all-season radial size P155 80R13 is just $29.99 each at Prince Tire. Name brands you can trust, service you can count on, and prices that will fit your budget. Prince Tire, South George Street, Goldsboro.
Santana, he was at Woodstock, wasn't he? Yeah, bet he doesn't remember a day of it. All right, back to Wichita. This is John. You're up on the EIB Network. Hello.
Hi, Rush.
Hi.
Hey, I saw an article in the paper the other day where Hillary was talking about health care, and just was that you were, the people that were against it were just a few ideologues.
Yeah.
And I thought, is that dismissing... It sounded like she was directing it to you, but I thought, well, if you don't agree with me, you're an ideologue. That's what she's saying.
Of course.
And
you're also, today, it's gotten worse. You are vicious and full of hatred if you disagree with Mrs. Clinton.
Oh, I saw a picture of her on TV the other night. I kind of feel her pain, I'll tell you that. She didn't look too good.
She looks anguished.
Yes.
She does. She looks perplexed, anguished, and befuddled.
Yeah.
Isn't that the way this is supposed to happen? You gotta understand, these little liberals sat around at Oxford and Yale, and they go out in the quadrangle, and they lay down there in the grass, and they got their little textbooks and their notepads, and Robert Reich comes along, and they start theorizing about what America will be when they get hold of it.
Don't forget their sociology professors. The guy that was on McNeil Lehrer last night, explaining health care, a sociology professor.
I missed it.
Ooh, it was something. You asked a question in the last couple of days about why would people be against the president when the economy seems to be improving.
Yeah, go quickly here.
Okay. Well, this is the guy who said he was going to be a centrist. This is a centrist. This is a new Democrat. When he took office, what was the first thing he did? He started working on gays in the military.
Why, I think what we're hearing is character matters. Why didn't it matter during the campaign?
Welcome to the wonderful world of Shell. Now is the new Formula Shell gasolines at the newly remodeled 117 Auto Truck Stop. Shell's cleanest burning gasolines, including the 93 octane premium. You can enjoy the most delicious food in the family restaurant and many other services such as LP gas service. Buy just the quantity you need. See for yourself the newly remodeled 117 Auto Truck Stop. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now serving you with the finest Shell new Formula gasolines, Highway 117 and South George Street, Goldsboro. A service of Dumas Oil Company.
EIB Electronics, 411 East Ash Street, Goldsboro, has the scanner for you. They carry a full line of unit and Bearcat scanners, including base stations, home units, mobile units, and handheld units, too. EIB Electronics and Unit and Bearcat have the right idea. Also, get a free frequency list with any purchase of a scanner. Stop in today for a free demo on any model at EIB Electronics, 411 East Ash Street, Goldsboro, your scanner headquarters.
Service to Wayne County for 55 years this month. 1150 WGBR, Goldsboro.
From ABC News, I'm Mary Margaret Myers. President Clinton has formally asked a federal court in Arkansas to dismiss the sexual harassment lawsuit filed against him by former state worker Paula Corbin Jones. Mr. Clinton denies the incident. Lawyers for the president claim his office provides immunity against such suits while he's in the White House. We get more from ABC's Tim O'Brien.
In 88 pages of legal arguments, President Clinton's lawyers say the president can only be sued after he leaves office. They point to a 1982 Supreme Court ruling that presidents have absolute immunity for their official acts. The distinction in the Paula Jones case is that it does not involve any official acts by the president, but rather allegations of misconduct while Clinton was still governor of Arkansas. The Supreme Court has never squarely addressed whether such suits are permissible. This could be the case that settles the question, although it could be years before the High Court rules. Tim O'Brien, ABC News, Little Rock.
NAACP President Benjamin Chavis could be facing his second sexual harassment charge. The Wall Street Journal quotes insiders as saying another woman has filed a complaint. As Texas Republican Senator Phil Gramm called on President Clinton to concede defeat on his health care proposal and to work toward a compromise with the GOP, the proposal backed by the president has gotten a healthy shot in the arm in the form of support from the powerful American Association of Retired Persons. Over in the House, the crime bill has been the target today of Republicans who say it is loaded with pork. Democrats say the $33 billion crime package is worth every crime-fighting penny. In New York City, those pennies add up, and that's why Major League Baseball owners say they will not back down on demands for a salary cap. Players rep Donald Fear says the players are holding firm against a cap, so talks have broken off. Fear was asked if they'll be back for more.
If there are reasons to have further meetings, if somebody has an idea, if there's a new approach or a suggestion, obviously we're prepared to meet and talk about it. If not, then not.
You're listening to ABC News.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the sales chart, this gray bar is our quarterly sales, compared to the slightly darker gray bar, which is our...
Burton.
Well...
We can't see the difference, Burton.
No, this sort of gray bar is actually the...
Next time, do the chart in color, Burton.
When color can make a difference.
Where'd everybody go?
Get it done at Kinko's, where you can create it in color, so you can show it in color. Kinko's, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, your branch office. For the nearest of over 700 locations, call 1-800-743-COPY.
Hi, this is Bob Vila with Tim and Audrey Claffey, who took advantage of the big sale at Sears.
Bob, it was no contest. Sears offered us more.
Yeah, the selection is unbelievable and great low prices. Well, excellent choice.
Thank you.
Listen, through Saturday at Sears, all carpet is on sale. Save from $1 to $17 a square yard on every brand and every style. That's up to $17 off every square yard of luxurious, beautiful carpet at Sears.
There's no doubt about it. Sears made the difference.
All carpet on sale right now at Sears, bringing America's best to your home.
It's not the changes in weather patterns, it is the chemicals being made by human beings that are to blame for the thinning in the ozone layer over the Arctic. particularly chemicals that are chlorine-based, such as chlorofluorocarbons. Seems they react with the ozone and destroy it. All of that from experts in the science journal Nature, who say they have found a 20% decrease in the ozone last year. A new bill that would ban smoking on international airline flights taking off from or landing in the United States is working its way across Capitol Hill. Proponents say it is the fastest and cheapest way to improve air quality. Biotechnology is bonding with Britain's cancer research campaign, and ABC's Linda Albin tells us they're working on a new drug for lung cancer.
The drug DACA could be a real chance for cancer patients who have run out of options. So far, trials have shown that DACA works particularly well in tumors like lung cancer, where drug resistance builds up. Dr. David Secker of Britain's Cancer Research Campaign.
Our hope is that DACA may well be usable in cases where the cancer has developed resistance to conventional chemotherapy.
Researchers believe the drug can be used to treat a variety of cancers, but even if human trials are successful, it will be at least 5 years before DACA makes its way onto the market. Linda Albin, ABC News, London.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 14.89 in heavy trading. This is ABC News.
Don't wait too long to buy your dream home.
How come?
Interest rates can go up and put a home out of reach.
Oh, I see.
To protect yourself, call Countrywide. Only they offer a free 30-day lock and shop rate guarantee, so you can house hunt with peace of mind. Countrywide, affordable loans, guaranteed rates. Call 800-877-LOAN.
800-877-LOAN. I like it.
Countrywide, equal housing lender.
For the ABC Information Network, I'm...
If you ride a motorcycle and you think that drinking makes you prettier, sexier, smarter, or quicker, take a long, hard look at what's left when you lose control of your ride on the highway. Drinking alcohol will make you slow, stupid, and clumsy, and that's no way to ride a bike and stay pretty, sexy, and smart. The American Motorcyclist Association reminds you to ride straight, 'cause the road ain't.
WGBR, Goldsboro's very own, an equal opportunity employer.
Well, we've sent away the cool weather, even though we didn't want to. We've got summer back, and it's coming back with a sizzle. More humidity as well. Partly cloudy skies today, a high temperature in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Overnight, we'll see warm temperatures and feel warm temperatures and see fair skies. Low temperature in the upper 60s to low 70s. Thursday, we're going to add more moisture to the atmosphere, and with the heat and humidity, we'll pop up a few thunderstorms across the state, and we'll see a slight chance around here. High temperature will be in the upper 80s to lower 90s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm Mike Mays in the Weather Center.
I'm Alan Combs. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. How are you? Well, let's begin with Radio Graffiti. One sentence only, as we take the pulse of the nation with the most exciting interactive radio on the planet.
Yeah, I just want to tell my mom to have a real safe trip home from New York today.
Beautiful. Hello?
I'm sick and tired of the socialized military.
Hello?
NAFTA took a lot of our jobs to Mexico. Just wait and see what GATT does.
Well, they're not taking your jobs to Mexico. Tell me what, that's not true. Hello?
Who blew out the candle inside of Russia's big pumpkin head?
Hello?
The Alabama Ditto Head's motto is, I may be dumb, but I'm sure not smart.
You're right.
Has anyone noticed that the Ole Miss football team is riddled with homosexuals?
Graffiti.
Do you think all Bill Clinton's women said, tell me another lie there, Pinocchio?
You know, you're so wound up about Bill Clinton's personal life. If you had one of your own, perhaps you wouldn't need to focus on this so much. Hello?
Since Oliver North can no longer purchase a handgun, does this mean that now he'll be involved in illegal arms sales once again?
Graffiti.
One of these days, a real rain will come and wash all the scum off the streets.
Hello?
I lost my job.
Hello?
Yes, the kind of free trade that I agree with is the kind of free trade where you allow products into your country, first products that you need, but most importantly, products that you don't make yourself.
Hello?
Yes, rumor is Clinton administration has hired G. Gordon Liddy to wipe out Rush Limbaugh.
You're on.
Yes, Alan, I'd like to hear you address the fact that Clinton is paying $25,000 vouchers to Russian soldiers to pull out.
Hello?
My favorite animal is steak.
Graffiti.
America has a Miss America, a Miss USA, and now we have a Mr. Bitch, and that is Bob Dole.
Hello.
Does anyone else get the distinct impression that Hewlin Humphreys just doesn't like blacks?
Graffiti.
I'm getting very, very angry at you.
Hello.
After tomorrow, nobody will be saying baseball, baseball, baseball.
Hello.
Yeah, let's impeach Clinton.
You're on.
Reagan and Bush's faces belong on Mount Rushmore, right under the bird droppings.
Graffiti.
Alabama ditto heads are rednecks.
You're on.
Ask Rush Lardbottom about the payoffs he's getting from the health insurance company.
You know, if you want to attack another talk show host or anybody else, let's do away with the impugning him on the basis of physical appearance. It's really not becoming of you if that is the argument you're putting forth. 1-800-932-9638, and you're on. Hello.
Yeah, Alan, next time you start bad-mouthing the Republicans, remember the Democrats have a majority in both houses of Congress.
And you're on.
Yes, I
Hello.
Yeah, how about this Robert Shapiro? He's quite a dirtbag, isn't he?
You're on.
I heard you on WPTN this morning. You did a good job.
Thank you very much. And you're on. Hello.
Yeah, this football fan wishes they would have went on strike 2 weeks ago.
Graffiti. You're on. Hello.
Alan, you kick everybody's ass.
Thank you very much. Beautifully said. 1-800-932-9638 is the phone number to call. For Radio Graffiti, the most calls in the shortest possible time. Your First Amendment rights at work. Hello.
Yes, hi. See what's coming. Read the book Bankruptcy 1995.
To paraphrase Mark Twain, the predictions of the demise of the American economy as foresaged incorrectly by the Republicans 1 year ago have been greatly exaggerated. Hello.
Yes. Given the choice of listening to your show or Dead Air, which would you choose?
Hello.
I'd make a great Republican, but I've got to work on that mean, angry look of mine.
And you're on.
Alan, you are the Buddy Greco of the airwaves, and I mean it, babe.
Hey. Oh, beautiful. Hello.
Protest. Go.
You're on. Hello.
Baseball is a dead sport. Hello, foot.
1 sentence only.
Hi, Mom. One day I'm going to be as cool as George Mitchell.
He is cool, and he is the future commissioner of baseball. Don't you forget it. I mean, assuming baseball ever gets played again in this country. Hello.
Congressmen have good medical insurance. What's the public worried about?
You're on.
I think you should have a new expanded Radio Graffiti.
Yeah, I think we'll call it Super Graffiti. What do you think? Have your radios turned down and see. Otherwise, that's what happens. You're on. Hello.
Hey, Alan, it's the saddest thing I know that Rush Limbaugh and Michael Jackson have women and you and I don't.
Speak for yourself, sir. Hello.
Hello. I wonder if Ted Kennedy asked Mary Jo Kopechne if she had health care.
You're on.
Blah, 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 blah.
Graffiti. 1-800-932-9638. On Graffiti. For you. LaToya Jackson will be with us in about 20 minutes. You're on. Hello.
Rush Limbaugh is the Judas goat leading the herd in the slaughter.
Hello.
Treasury Secretary Slick Lloyd Benson, when praising the Whitewater investigation of Office for Government Ethics, slithered around the fact that it used his own Treasury investigators instead of doing an independent investigation.
You're on.
That guy earlier say you lick everybody's ass, Alan?
Hello.
The sarcastic cynic says, how could anyone seriously impugn the integrity of Robert Shapiro?
Ass Alan.
1-800-932-9638. You're on.
I told you it should have been Duke and Bird.
Back in a moment.
Whatever happened to the neighborhood pharmacist? A professional who'd give you a caring smile and some trusted advice. There's one nearby at Value Right, America's neighborhood pharmacy. Independently owned, caring, with great prices too. Like this back-to-school special. Appearance shampoo or conditioner in the 20-ounce bonus size, just 89 cents each at participating Value Right pharmacies. Check your yellow pages. Value Right, America's neighborhood pharmacy.
Save hundreds of dollars a year on your life insurance payments. Get a pencil and paper because in a minute I'll give you a money-saving toll-free number. The company I'm talking about is SelectQuote. If you read the Wall Street Journal, Kiplinger's, or Money, you've seen their ads. Male non-smokers, 31 years old, $250,000 worth of life insurance for $200. If you're 36, $150,000 coverage for $157. And at age 49, a $500,000 life policy is $650. SelectQuote saves you money because they continually compare the cost of the term life insurance policies of 14 of America's top-rated companies. Call SelectQuote today at 1-800-772-6767 toll-free. They'll mail to you without any obligation a free personalized price comparison of the 5 policies that get you the most life insurance for the least amount of money. Call SelectQuote today at 1-800-772-6767 and see how much you can really save on your life insurance. Coverage available in most states.
Hi, my name is